Hello everybody, Fortefyre here. Welcome to the next installment of Arcade Antics. Today we're going to be playing 1942, the entire arcade series. 1942, we've already played one of those. You don't say. I've played 1942 more times than I could feel comfortable saying I've played it. But every Monday, whenever it's time for Arcade Anomalies on Twitch, I go to this website that's called a Retro Video Game Gauntlet, and I click on the MAME files, and today, or Monday, 1942 was chosen, which works because it's part of a 5-game series, so I said screw it, why not? And I'm sorry for this video coming out so late. Monday I was feeling okay, but Monday night I started feeling really bad. That turned into feeling worse on Tuesday and absolutely dreadful on Wednesday and Thursday. I even got sent home early from work, so yeah. But worry not, ever since I got off work, I have been recording both the Fireside Chats, one for last week, one for this week, as well as Arcade Anomalies, and even planning for Contemporary Corner, which we're hoping to see soon, and also writing a script for the Ready Go Gaming Show, which is a show that I'm thinking about doing as well. Alright, let's go ahead and glitch over to the webcam. Alright, so the first game in this series is 1942. 1942 came out in 1984 for the arcades, and then it saw a Famicom release in 1985, and then an NES release in 1986. Now the interesting thing about 1942 is that while it wasn't the game series that really kicked off Capcom as a whole, it definitely lubricated the machine of Capcom to become, something bigger. It definitely put them on the map a little bit, but it was a stepping stone. 1942 is considered a breakaway hit from Capcom. Volgus wasn't too bad either. Volgus, Sansan, Pirate Ship Higemaru, and 1942 were like a really good starter group for Capcom. This game was on every single system that you could imagine. It was on, Japanese PCs, it was on the MSX, ZX Spectrum, so that means that it went to Europe as well. Commodore 64, Amiga, my bad, Amstrad. Yeah, Amstrad. Another European console, I don't know. I have no intentions on owning it. But yeah, let's go and pop it in. So we're familiar with this because I played it on episode 1 of Fortefyre's Fireside Chats, so it's going to be really weird. That's the most experience I had before I actually got into it. We're going to be playing Revision B today. I'm not excited to put on these headphones because I know I'm going to get skull fucked by the music, but it is what it is. Alright, Revision B, here we go. Alright, so really simple title screen. It says insert coin. That's quiet. And there's 2 players. I didn't know you could play co-op on this. Anyway, let's go ahead and go. So, graphically, it's a lot more aesthetically pleasing than the NES version. However, the NES version surprisingly is more fun to play. And I feel like kind of sacrilegious saying that, but this one sucks. And there's different reasons for why I think it sucks. A, the joystick is really slidey. It does not feel remotely reactive to what's going on, unlike the other games. In the later games, the joystick is like 100%, but in this, it feels like there's an input lag that whenever you're flying into a storm of bullshit like you are in this game, you need to have quick reaction time, and if your joystick's acting up like that, no bueno. One of the other different things is that the amount of power-ups is drastically different, and that was something I touched on in the Fortefyre's Fireside Chat episode as one of the negatives. There aren't many negatives for the 1942. Okay, I can't really talk shit about it, right? Because I played the 1942 NES port 4 times. I've beaten it 4 times. I actually hold 3rd place for the speedrun for 1942 on the NES. Well, it says emulator. I use my Hyperkin. I don't know if that's technically an emulator. I think it is, but it plays true carts, so I don't really, think too much into it. Because we're so familiar with 1942, if you do want to see me get, destroyed by this game, feel free to go to my Twitch, which I'll link down in the description below, and watch Monday's episode of Arcade Anomalies, and you will see me play almost all the way through the game until something really sad happened. And that is, whenever you finish this game, or whenever you die and you get a game over, instead of just putting in a coin and going back to playing the game, it does this thing where it like, sorry, my throat. It does this thing where it calculates your score and then brings you to another page, kind of like in Street Fighter. If you lose a round, you go to that like countdown screen and then you put in money and you can press start and you're good to go. Not the case for this game. For this game, if you die, you go to a game over screen. You have to wait until the music is over, and then you have an option of holding down fire and pressing start to continue, and even then it's at a checkpoint. And this game does some really messed up shit at checkpoints. Like, I don't know if it was meant to allow you to continue sometimes, because I've gotten in more perilous situations coming from a continue checkpoint than I have from just playing the game regularly. So yeah, right now it doesn't seem too bad, but it gets there. The artwork's a little bit better. Yeah, I can't really talk it up because I do like the NES version. I favored it. That, and you know, so I told you, that sucks. I told you about how if you get a game over, you have to push fire and press start to like continue. I accidentally hit start. I had 3 levels left in the fucking game, and I accidentally hit start, and it brought me back to level 32. I was very mad. I had to walk around the driveway like 12 times because I was fuming. So yeah, this game's super simple. I take that back. This game gets really hard. More specifically during the levels that it becomes difficult for me on the NES as well. And that is the islands. So either Marshall or one of the Adels, I don't know. This game's got a weird hitbox too, like it decides when it wants to kill you and when it doesn't, which is kind of messed up. I died there. Alright, see, so that checkpoint's kind of funky. I'd already passed that a little bit while ago. Listen to my English. You can get put in some really nasty situations in this game though. Guarantee you that much. Alright, so I guess I'll show you an example of that, and then we'll go ahead and move on to 1943 because I have a vendetta against the arcade version of this game. So, right now, it's gonna go here, and I put in my score. Sure, man, man, woman, woman, man, woman, love. There we go. And you have to wait. You have to wait quite a while, so we're still waiting. Even if you put in coins, the clock will not restart, so I have to push fire and hit start, because if I just hit start, back to the beginning. That's it. So what's my opinion on 1942 in the arcades? It's a lot more difficult. It's not nearly as fun. There are times whenever the programming gets kind of funky. So when the orange planes come in, the bonus planes come in, sometimes they do this maneuver where it's like straight on Galaga shit, and you have this much of a window. Like, just so you can get an emphasis on how tiny that window is, the gap between my fingers of a window to get out of that, and it really sucks. It happened to me about 15 times in the arcade Anomalies episode on Twitch, so if you want to go see me like start building up a sweat, go there. Let's go ahead and talk 1943. So 1943 was the next game in the series. It came out in 1987. The Japanese release came out a year later, so 1988. The American version also came out in 1988 as well. But this one's a little bit different. Alright, so 1943 was the next game in the series. It was called Battle of Midway. That was the arcade name for America. Alright, if you're tracking, that was the arcade name for America. In Japan, they had a specific version by the name of 1943 Kai. It was 1943 Kai Midway Kaisen. And it's totally different. Different colored airplanes, different music, better experience, more difficult. And then in 1991, they made a PC engine version of it that was simply just called 1943 Kai, so no more Midway Kaisen. And it has more levels and different music. In 1942, if you took one hit, that was it, you're done. In 1943, they give you a life bar, which is really, really generous of them. And you can take a few hits. You can take many hits, actually. But let's go ahead and pop it up. 1943. Alright, so we're going to be playing the European release, which is the parent clone of 1943, and after that we'll take a look at 1943 Kai so we can see just how different it is. I haven't played it yet. Alright, let's go and pop in a coin. Really simple attract. Yeah, really simple attract, I can dig it. Alright, so we're getting bombed. Better soundtrack already. Offensive target, Tone, may you fight bravely. Alright, so we're still flying a P-38, no big deal. And right off the bat, it's so much more smoother. It's a great game. So in this game you have power-ups, which is different, because in 1942 power-ups were simply, words that said POW. Here, I can upgrade as many times as I want, and it gets stronger and stronger, or I get more ammunition for it. 1943 on the NES, however, is really different. So they have like an RPG element where you pick and choose your upgrades, and we'll cover that in the Fireside Chat, which should be the next episode you watch after this, if it gets released in time. I don't know if y'all noticed when I shot that bonus, it changes. So that right there, POW is now power. Power is that bar in the bottom left. I need to keep that up if I'm going to do anything. I can sacrifice some of my POW to do lightning like this. and that was by pushing button 2. That is the new harp-induced power that I have, and now I'm back to normal. So as you can see, I've taken a few hits. My health isn't 100% perfect, but the bar does drain naturally over time, which is something that I'm not a big fan of. But yeah. In my opinion, this game became a quarter eater. It eats more quarters than a gumball machine. Because you only get 1 life. One credit equals 1 life. I did the math with how many times I died playing this game, and I think I spent like, maybe if this was like 25 cents per credit, or 50 cents per credit, I would have spent like 10 bucks. That is unforgivable. $10 on one game. I bought 1943 on the NES for $5. So yeah, we got ground targets and we got aerial targets, which is super awesome. And they are nasty. They shoot nasty. All right, we took a hit. Took a cheap hit. Another thing that's different is that you cannot charge attacks. We're about to get shot out of the sky. This is the Tama. All right, cool. Well, we put in enough coins to where we could just continue. I want to continue so y'all can see, you know, how it works. Basically, it's not mandatory to beat these bosses. It is not mandatory at all to beat them. You will still progress through the level, and they will not punish you. You just won't get a, you know, an awesome score. But we did destroy the Tono, whatever it was called, and we got a mission complete with 80% destroyed, and we're returning to the carrier, which is listing heavily to the left. So thoughts on 1943? 1943 is far more superior in every single aspect humanly possible than 1942. I did promise you we looked at 1943 Kai, so let's go ahead and pop that one in real quick. See how much different it is. I have not played this one yet. I'm going in blind on this one. Alright, 1943 Kai? I don't know what it says. Alright, let's do it. Button! Alright. Different music right off the bat, different animation, everything. That's funky. Okay. Bigger aircraft carrier too. It doesn't list, it just gets bombed. Is it a biplane? It looks like an E-75. Why am I flying an E-75 in Midway? Why are the airplanes pink? I'm so confused right now. Alright, so let's go ahead and get some power to replace that. This music's like really dark. I don't get it. It's kind of spooky. Why is the music so dark? I really want to make it to at least the Navy. I'm curious, you know, how they work that out. This game is a little bit harder. Blue flames? I really wish I had a charge attack. That would take care of these guys in a heartbeat. But, alright, cool. Pink airplanes everywhere. That's the E? I cannot believe that I'm flying at E-75 right now. They wouldn't let me grab the strawberry. Alright. Visual, whatever. That's some coarse ass water. I like that water. That water looks good. That water looks really good. Yeah, this is more difficult. Definitely more difficult. Tsunami! I don't know if Tomo is still my, or Tono is my thing, my objective. Damn, man. They were messing around. Alright, give me some Tomo love. Okay, so it's not. It's different already. So instead of the battleship, we have a, looks like an aircraft carrier, a very primitive aircraft carrier. We're gonna stun everything, because this is insane. Yo! I got shut down. This game's hard. I don't know if I passed. I'm sure it'll go black if I didn't. I did! That's surprising. I cannot believe I'm an E-75. Alright, cool. We kind of get the picture for it. 1943, better game. Played over 1942. But if you play 1942, play the NES version. Alright, so the next game in the series is 1941, also known as 1941 Counterattack. And this one was kind of weird. So it wasn't released on home consoles outside Japan. It was released on the PC Engine, more specifically the Super Graphics in 1991, which if you don't know was obviously exclusively released in Japan. And it was put on GameTap. If you don't know what GameTap is, GameTap was like, imagine Netflix for movies, but instead with games with really shitty customer service. And really shitty games. And that's how I actually played 1941 the first time. So I played this one, I'm well aware of it because it was on GameTap and because I had played 1942 before. But eventually it did come out in a PlayStation Portable, PS2, and Xbox. It just came out long down the way. That's all I got to say about it. Let's go ahead and open it up. Alright, so we're popping up the World ROM, meaning this is the ROM that applies to all the world. It's always good when you see a CPS RAM check. All right, 1941. Deep. Cool. That's very loud. Editor note, turn down that shit. Alright. Let's pop in some coins. Alright, so this game has even less levels. It has 6 whole levels. The first level, we're going after the Bismarck. The Bismarck, well, I guess by now you probably realize this game takes place in the Atlantic as opposed to the Pacific. We're going after the Bismarck and we're going after like all the Germans and, you know, World War I stuff. I don't know what it's about. European front, I guess is the best way to describe it. This game plays okay. This game's cute, right? It plays really silly. It's definitely, you know, it's hard to describe it while playing it, but it's over the top, I guess is the best way to say it. So it's very over the top. No guns were using lasers during World War I. It's so silly, but it's fun. It's very addicting. I did beat this game on the Twitch stream, so if you want to see the ending of this and, you know, all of it, definitely go check it out there. So what's different about this game? Well, we can still do massive damage like that. If we hit both buttons, we do a big attack like that, but if I hold it down and charge it, the main button, it does a huge attack. So no loop-de-loops anymore, which is funny because that's what the game was known for. My dog is sleeping and he's making funny noises. All right, let's collect the cow, 50,000 points. Speeding up a little bit. So this one, much like its predecessor, if you die once, that's it. Put in coins, keep going. That's a cash grab, and we're very close to dying anyway, so I could see it happening. I'd like to at least make it to the Bismarck before I die, but if we don't, we don't. There's some weird fandom shit going on. I don't really understand how this game works sometimes. Can't believe I actually got to make a game tap reference in 2018. That is phenomenal. All right, we're shot down. So yeah, continue screen, pop in your coin, continue. You're good to go. So this game isn't nearly as hard as the other ones. And that's it. Bismarck is destroyed. Pretty simple, right? 1 rank advancement. First lieutenant. Hell yeah! Now the next level will be going after a rocket, and as you can see, it's clever, right? Everything is clever. Everything is cute. Oh, we get ground forces now. Forgot about that. Whoa! Whoa! And see, this is where the game kind of separates itself to being somewhat clever. There's a lot more than just, you know, shooting shit in this game. I'm dodging things. Look at that. I got flame walls popping up out of nowhere. Like, this is an honest attempt at an awesome game. And we got shot down. So that's 1941. Really self-explanatory. What can I say about it? It's a cash grab, alright? It is definitely 100% a cash grab. It's a run-of-the-mill shoot-'em-up, I guess, for that time frame. Really fun, really addictive, but really short, unnaturally short. That's my only bitch about it. The 4th game in the series is 19XX The War Against Destiny. This was the last one made by Capcom, so it's a little funky. It was released in 1996, last-ditch effort, before they handed it off to Rising Aiding, which is the company that made 1944, the Lute Master, which would be the game that comes after. This game also is only ported to the damn game tap, which is, you remember, which is the Netflix of video games, but not Gamefly. Gamefly is all the way up here. Game Tap would be if I had like a 3-story basement all the way below the 3rd floor. Hell. Deep below Earth. It's trash. Also, they didn't include this in the Capcom's collections because they didn't feel it was an old game. They felt like it was a contemporary game, which I guess kind of makes sense, but totally different game. So this one you can pick from 3 different airplanes, which is cool. But for continuity's sake, I'm going to stick with the P-38 because that's all we've ever flown outside of, you know, 1943 Kai. So let's go ahead and pull it. Oop. 19XX. Oh, that was a nasty lens flare. That was fake looking lens flare. I don't like it. Alright. Alright, so we have a choice of the Sinden, the Lightning, or the Mosquito. I'm going to go ahead and go with the Lightning just because, you know, that's the normalcy. Alright, updated graphics. Cool. Primary target. Ayako Special. Alright. At least I can speed shit up now. Did I get... I just got launched out of a slightly larger airplane. This feels slow. What's up with Capcom and making like slow feeling games? At least they allowed me to... Yeah, I can charge. Can I use lightning? Whoa! Alright. Medals! all the medals already? Really? Okay. The level just started. I mean, we're just tearing this up. Oh, bullet hell. I knew it was gonna come at some point. Alright, cool, we beat it. Shot the whole damn cockpit out. See that? You can see straight to the earth. Alright, we beat it. Mission complete. Wow. Alright. Alright, we knocked that dude out. We're going to the next one, I assume? Yep. It's a boat. Rime. It's very sluggish. So slow. Like, it feels forced. I don't see a health bar. I just noticed, if I get hit once, am I dead? Oh, the medals. Yo, the amount of bullshit coming my way. Can you, like, maybe stop? I'm really concentrating because I feel like I only have... Alright, yeah, so, confirmed. So they give you lives again. So we're back to the whole lives idea, which I'm okay with, because it puts an element of, you know, continued play, which you don't really get with the other ones. The other ones is just popping a coin, keep playing. Here, your money actually goes somewhere other than just like buying time to play the game. But I think I've seen enough from this game, so let's go ahead and move on to the next one. My thoughts on this one pretty much are that it's really sluggish, to the point where it's boring. That's it. Alright, so next one and the last arcade game was created by Aiding Rising. It's 1944 The Lute Master, which is a little bit different because it has everything. Imagine everything from the previous games but put back into the whole World War II themed arena. Supposedly it's a lot better, period dot. I think it was on the game tab too. Yeah, it was. Sucks. So yeah, this ran on the CPS2. Super stoked. CPS2 games usually meant that there was a lot of time and effort putting into at least the art, so I'm down to clown with it. Let's go and pop it in. So this one's a little bit wider, so I'm not gonna adjust my camera. It shouldn't really need to be adjusted anyway. Alright. Good music, good sound. Cue sound, yeah. This looks like something that like SNK would put out. Oh, that's weird. You push the button once and a bunch of fucking... It shoots a lot. I mean, at least we got a health bar back, but I still prefer the one hit kind of setup. If there's any way that I could describe this game based solely on, you know, how I'm playing it right now, if Metal Slug was an airplane game, this would be it. Yeah, this would be it. Charge? I could charge? Yo! Power! Oh, those aren't evil guys. Oh my god, dude, this is dope. Fire! Holy crap. Yo! This is fun! I'm having fun right now. Cool. This is so much better. Capcom, learn from this company. This company knows what it's doing. Let it make another one. And it's still slow scrolling, but it's not painfully slow. And in the other games, you know, for what it's worth, there was a slow scroll involved with that as well. But I guess the perspective of something coming at you a lot faster and you having to dodge a lot more stuff made the levels go by a little bit quicker. I don't know. This game is fucking tight. Dude, I took some severe damage from that guy. Oh my god! Okay. Ooh, a big diamond. Holy shit. Oh my god, please don't tell me I'm to dodge all that shit. I kind of get a perspective of what they're trying to do. I'm not okay with it. Haha! That's so cool! Great idea! Alright, I'm gonna go and charge. I guess I can't. I'm just gonna keep bamming the hell out of it. Show your face. This game's so cool. I'm down to clown. Alright. I think we're good with that. Alright, so all in all, given all of the titles, I have to say that the best one that I played was 1944 The Lute Master, hands down. It was just fun. It felt like Metal Slug in the air. It was a slow scroll, but there was a bunch of stuff coming at you. You had immense power-ups. You still had a life bar, which, you know, I'm kind of hit or miss about, but it was fun. The whole series, to be honest, isn't bad. It's a shame that they kind of killed off I want to say that's it, but it's not. 1942 Joint Strike was a PS3, Xbox 360 release that was super high def, and from what I understand, it looks really cool, but it's bullet porn. And it's kind of a combination of all the games. Like, it has 1943's health bar and the bombs, a level rank system like 19XX, and a charge up land-based battle section, and charge fire, and all this other stuff from 1941. And people really didn't like it. They kind of had like really mixed emotions about it, because I don't know if it was just because the series was going downhill, or maybe because the genre was played out. I don't know. This was 2008. A lot of the retro concepts, were kind of for the most part dying and paving the way for, what we know now. All right, that's it. All right, that's it for today's episode. If you couldn't tell by now, 19XX went from being like an actual game that required skill to just a button mashing, bullet hell, quarter eating frenzy. But that's okay, it was really fun. Well, that's it for today's episode. If you like what you saw, please hit that subscribe button. Also click on that bell so that you can be notified whenever I release new content. Down in the comment section below, tell me what your favorite arcade game is. I might even play it next time. Well, from my family to your family, good energy, good vibes, Fortefyre out.